All right, welcome back to the dorm. I'm your host, Leonel, today, and I'm here with.
Oscar,
Here.
Brian,
Hello.
Lionel,
I'm also here.
Zach.
Here.
All right. So to start off our episode, I wanted to talk about.
What?
that funny?
I was choked. No, I
Oh,
was
okay.
choked. That's why.
Should we start from zero?
No, go.
No, keep going.
All right. I wanted to talk about some recent news in the NBA concerning Ja Morant. So the story here basically is that he was accused of pulling up to a pickup game and beating the shit out of a 17-year-old kid and like flashing a gun at him. And he turned himself in. He submitted the file, the like whatever report himself, pleading self-defense. But how are you gonna beat up a 17-year-old kid and be toting guns and say it was self-defense? So, my question to you guys is, this guy just signed like a $200-something million contract with the Grizzlies. He just signed a deal with Nike. Got like his first signature shoe. What do you think was going through his head to still be trying to flash like this gang lifestyle when he grew up in
Private school.
and he grew up in the suburbs going to private school, and he's still trying to flaunt like this gangs related activity and the fact that like he grew up in a bad neighborhood and had it tough when he didn't.
I don't know.
So what's the point?
He's-
Especially when he's made it.
He's got the wrong people around him. He's got the wrong people around him, telling him to do the wrong things, and now he's doing the wrong things. But he's a millionaire, so it don't matter for him. He'll pay his way out of any of those.
He's trying to live that thug life.
I
That's
say
what he said. That's what he just said. I don't know. Zach's right. He just has the wrong people around him that are like influencing him to do dumb shit.
because I know you don't keep up with sports a lot, but do you think like because you say the people he surrounds himself, do you think it's the team he's on too? Like, do you think it's the Grizzlies?
No, maybe the area like Memphis. Actually, it might be, but I don't know. I don't think it's players on his team. I think it's like the people he brought like on his come up. He brought his little friends with him, and his little friends. I mean, they weren't the ones who made it, I guess. So they don't know. They don't care. It's not their life that they're ruining. It's his. But I mean, he can keep doing his thing. What do you think should happen to him?
Well, I think it's kind of like how you said, how he can bail himself out whenever. So I think he should settle, like to some extent, like towards the kid that he beat up or whatever. Because it's not just that. As of recent, it said that he could be suspended for like the rest of the season and games in the upcoming season because he like was in possession of a gun like on a team plane or something.
Like Gilbert Arenas. But yeah. Do you think you should be suspended for that?
I think so.
Yeah. If he pulled out a gun on a 17-year-old,
Do you think he should
I
even
think that's just
Do you think he
stupid.
should even be on the team?
No, I think that should be a suspension from the team.
Yeah, I think there should be some sort of disciplinary action, but not to that extent where you're like throwing his career away or anything like
He
that.
did beat up
And
a
I-
17-year-old though.
And I was going to
He
say,
did do
you said
that.
he turned in his own papers.
But
I
no,
bet that's like what his lawyers told him to do.
oh, it 100% is because he filed the complaint. Well, I forgot what is that thing called when you file
Police report?
Yeah, he filed his own police report. My fault. I couldn't think of it. But he filed his own police report saying it was self-defense before someone can come out and like twist the narrative around for him. So I think you're right.
He also got caught on IG Live with a gun.
That as well. On top of all
That's
that,
even crazier, by the way. There's any photo evidence of bro.
he's just
sitting with the
flaunting.
gun.
I don't think he should have gotten in trouble for that, in my opinion. That
Why?
he lied with the phone. Just because it's like, I mean, if it's, I don't know if what the gun laws are or wherever he in Tennessee or whatever, but I mean, if he's allowed to have a gun, then like
Yeah, I mean,
he's
it is
allowed to have a gun.
Yeah.
That I don't think he should get in trouble for.
You
with
don't
that.
think it's kind of like bad though that
It's not a bad look.
he's like flat like
I mean,
he's flashing a gun on IG Live to like
A bunch of
a
kids.
bunch of little kids that
That
look up to him
Yeah,
because
that's
he
true.
didn't want to go to the NBA.
It's a bad look, but like I don't think you should expect every NBA player to be a role model.
That is true.
Yeah,
I agree with
so-
I agree with Brian that the fact that like you shouldn't get in trouble for just posting whatever you want to post on social media. Like it's you and you're trying to be authentic to yourself. But the whole beating up a 17-year-old and then pulling a gun on him, like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's a little crazy because that's actually assault. That's 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
At a pickup basketball game of all things.
yeah, that's just sorry.
Like, how are you a grown man, like, pleading self-defense against a 17-year-old who was, like, armless? He wasn't.
Well, how
armed.
old is
unarmed.
Ja Morant?
He's like 20 something, 23,
23,
24.
Yeah, it's just sorry.
It's a little bit of a crazy look.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then there was, well, a lot of people had a lot to say about it. Like, Shannon Sharp went out and said that he was, like, trying to act a Crip or something. And then someone else came out. I forgot what his name was. But it was somebody that, and I quote, said, if I had assassination attempts on my head as well, I would, like, do whatever means necessary to, like, defend myself. And the only assassination attempt, this was like a joke, I guess, because everyone in the comments was clowning this guy, talking about the only assassination attempt you've had on you was like somebody dropping like 81 points on your head. And it was like I don't know, it was like an NBA game or something.
Oh, and Kobe dropped 81?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I forgot who the NBA player was that said that. But he was trying to defend him, saying like Ja Morant was me when I was a little kid, like lost in fame and like trying to find out how to like handle all of it. And
I don't like that excuse.
I don't like that excuse either. That's where I was going with that. I think it's stupid how people think it's so hard to like just be noble or not necessarily do the right thing, but like avoid doing the wrong thing.
it's so hard having $1 million.
It's
and
so
doing the
hard.
right things.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah,
There's just so many people that don't get in trouble. So you have no excuse.
I said because I think maybe trying to figure out how to do the right thing all the time could be hard, but it's not hard staying out of trouble. Does that like?
I mean, you don't got to be it's just you don't got to be perfect, but like you don't have to be like
It's not
running the
yeah,
block.
see, like it's not impossible to like it's not impossible to not do the wrong thing. Or you know what I mean? Like it's not impossible to not go out and do like terrible stuff. The only thing I'd say of finding hard is like maybe like being like in good merits or like staying in good lighting the whole time, like you're trying to like control that fame and whatnot. But like avoiding trouble should not be that hard. Like I think you're looking for it, especially like the way he was on IG Live flaunting this gun, and then back to back with the 17-year-old like beating the crap out of him, and then flashing it towards him, and then bringing it on like a team plane. Like, what's your problem? Like, there's like 40 like grown ass men on that plane. Like, you think if you ran into trouble, like you couldn't defend yourself?
You're also on a plane with the team though. So unless you got a problem with your teammate,
yeah.
then that's a whole different story.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things that go into
I
it.
was gonna ask though. You know how you guys said you were talking about how when he flashed the gun on IG and you said like that's fine because like he can post what he wants. Do you not think that like people who have fame or like influence should be held to like a higher standard on what they post, or do you think it doesn't matter?
I don't think so.
I don't think it matters.
I'd like to think it matters, but that's not really fair. Because they didn't like ask for all that. Like if you're an NBA player,
Well-
you're just there to play ball. Like the fame just kind of comes with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for example, like for an example.
So you don't think it matters? You think like
But like, what makes them different from anybody else? Like, it's like you having restrictions on what you can post.
It's funny you bring this up because like there, with like Chat GPT and everything, there's like a lot of these like AI generated responses and like it's just like a lot easier to manipulate things on the internet. And so there was this thing, I'm pretty sure I brought it up to you yesterday, with Damian Lillard, like replying back to a tweet of Ja Morant, and it was just him. It was somebody saying like on somebody's burner account saying, Damian Lillard, someone actually who grew up in the hood, like acts very noble and like holds himself to a high standard, whereas Ja Morant comes from like the suburbs and grew up going to private school with like no troubled life, wants to act a thug, and you'd think it'd be like roles reversed, right? And it said that it was like in his liked tweets that Damian Lillard liked that, and then he replied in response to that tweet, saying that like fake news is getting out of hand, and like the way people can script stuff to look like it's like the way they said it, or that's how they said it, is like insane. And that's why I kind of wanted to talk about like that fake nuclear video that I saw on Twitter earlier too with Joe Biden. I guess I'm the only one that saw this video. There was an AI generated video that came out with like Joe Biden, and it had like the United States like pledge and like stamp on it and everything. It looked pretty professional, and it was him just saying how like a nuclear war is gonna break out, and he's like threatening to drop bombs against China and everything. And obviously it was fake. It's not real, but it was like about as convincing as it could possibly get. And I just wanted to talk about this because I was talking to a friend earlier last week who had like a shaman, and he had like a shaman, and he's like super into like spirits and witchcraft and whatnot. And he was telling me how his shaman basically said that Joe Biden would be getting assassinated in the summer, and that World War III would start this year.
Your friend
Your
and his
friend?
shaman, bro, have to go to sleep.
What's a shaman?
What the fuck are they
A
talking
shaman
about,
is somebody
bro?
that can like they can explore like the spiritual world, or have like access to spirit guides and see into the future and whatnot,
So
and all that stuff.
Is that like a different person?
A shaman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a completely
Oh,
different
okay.
person.
Oh, so he goes to somebody else.
he doesn't go anywhere. It's like it's somebody based like in Africa, and he talks to them. You remember
Bro,
our
he's-
cousin? Can you bleep this out?
Yeah.
Can you remember our cousin? How like he was super into all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, similar to that. And he said that his shaman had a vision where basically everything in the US government like was lawless, and that he said to like pack up on perishable foods, and to like secure gas masks, and to like just like be ready for another kind of like like a lockdown sort of deal. He said, but this time it'd be like for years. I'm pretty sure he specifically said it'd be for like decades, where we'd just be trapped and like things wouldn't go back to normal, and that the only places that would be safe would be in Africa, and everyone else like would be getting bombed and shit, and that World War III is gonna break out this year.
The Shamalamala said this.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the shaman said that.
To Mr. Shaman.
I'm
And-
not gonna lie, this Mr. Shaman,
you know-
he's stealing a lot of people's money because they keep going back. I know they're paying a pretty penny to have a
No,
voice
and,
call with him.
And the thing is, it's like everything he said, at least he came correct, because like he believed everything he was saying. He wasn't just saying it like to say it. Like he truly believed what he was saying. The only reason I bring this up though is because another friend earlier this week was talking about the exact same thing that I mentioned, without me telling him. So I was like, where's this guy getting these ideas from? Because he was saying the exact same thing, how like a World War III could break out, and he was like genuinely concerned about the conflict we have with China, and how the Ukraine and Russia war still hasn't come to an end, and everything. And he was just talking about like this could be a real thing. Like, why am I even like going to school? Why am I saving up money when like all this shit's gonna be over in a couple months anyway? And I don't know, that really concerned me, because I was like, at first I thought this was a joke, where you're telling me there's other people on like the same wavelength thinking this shit's gonna end. So I just wanted to see what you guys thought of that, if it matters at all to you.
Like World War III.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think about it. I don't think about World War III very often.
God, because I had some things in my notes, dude. It was just like the whole spiel he gave us was, why not have these things anyway in case of a state of emergency? Like, why not have like it was like a GAGR regulated, like army regulated, like gas mask, perishable foods, like a survival kit, like in case these things were happen anyway, like an earthquake or like a natural disaster. It'd be cool to have, well, it'd be vital to have a survival kit anyway. And he said, start packing up on these things, because you never know. But that was his selling point.
Well, yeah, it's always better to have than to not have, but I don't know if it's that necessary to have it right now. I mean, it's cool to have it, but like, I don't know. I don't see it being that important, at least right now.
I think if they start throwing down bombs, my gas mask isn't gonna save me. That's kind of the way I feel about that.
And
My-
my
my
perishable
food,
foods are
my
definitely
tuna is not
perishing
getting-
away.
Yeah, bro.
Like
That's
what?
the way I feel about that. Like, it's cool, but like, if I see a bomb dropping down the street, I don't think I'm gonna throw on my gas mask. But I don't know. I don't ever think about World War III.
I think it's a little outlandish to say that we're gonna have a World War III, but I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and it will happen, but I don't think that's very likely in happening. But that is crazy how two separate people.
I mean, I bet a World War III is gonna happen,
Not in 3 months.
but not that soon. I mean, well, I don't know shit about anything, so maybe it will, but I don't know.
You think it'll
I
happen?
haven't
in our-
heard anything about it.
You think it'll
so-
happen in our lifetime?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
don't think it's too far out. It's kind of like how you said with like the robots taking over. Like how I think that's not too far out. And you think it is? Like I think this is another thing where nothing he said is impossible. Like it's happened before.
And I'm pretty sure Elon Musk said something about it. Like, we won't even get to that point if like World War III happens, just 'cause like everything is gonna get destroyed in World War III.
There's no winning in World War III.
Yeah.
Because like they talk about
Zero.
like yeah, they talk about Joe Biden getting assassinated, and that sounds a little.
Bro, that's literally the
outlandish.
least of our worries.
I'm
But
not
it doesn't
lying.
That
matter.
is like
He's
the-
If he
least,
gets
the least.
assassinated, we're still not gonna.
Bro, that might be like
a
the
war
best
over him.
thing for this fucking
I'm not
for
gonna
this
lie,
state, bro.
No one would be crying over that.
Literally.
Not because of that, but just 'cause I think we're smart enough to not have a war over our president getting assassinated. If it was North Korea though, oh yeah, it's grits.
Well, I don't know. I
It's-
think that's like the least important thing, bro.
No, I'm just saying. The point I was trying to make is that these things aren't too far out. Like we've had 2 presidents already assassinated. Who's to say that it doesn't happen again?
But wasn't the last one assassinated like 50 years ago?
That's not that far along. If we're like,
But
if we're
50
talking,
years
if we're
is a
talking history,
dec-
50 years is not forever.
Well, yeah, but like in the relative of all of history, but like 50 years in our lives is a pretty long time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's a pretty. I mean, I'd be 70 when that happens. At that point, you can start World War III. I'm not gonna care.
I'll care a little
I'm not
bit,
fighting
but
that war.
If I'm 70 and I'm barely walking,
I'm hoping for World War III.
I'm drawing a target, like a red target on my shit, bro. And you know what I mean?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought about that though, but like that's something that at the time I was like, I mean, yeah, I'll hear him out. It's not bad to have like a survival kit or a plan like in the case of a state of emergency. But I think it just really got to me when I heard it the second time, and I was like, there's no way this is like a genuine concern in our lives right now. Well, it shouldn't be, but
You-
like there's other people thinking about it.
You think you can ever be ready for something like that though?
Never. No.
Like you can't really plan for.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying too. I was telling them people like that go over the top to prepare for these things are always the first to die. And that's not even like a low blow or like trying to throw shade. It's just like you over prepare and then I guess like you skip over the little things or something. At least that's how it is in the movies.
yeah, I think you're watching too much movies.
Right,
But to me, it just sounds like if I learned anything from COVID-19, bro, is that people are very like foolish when it comes to like a very like, how do you say like when pressure is like really in the air?
Like when there's a panic.
Yeah, like when people are panicking, bro, people move so foolishly. Like,
Well,
to me,
duh.
that's like what I seen. Like that shit is like it's so dumb how people act. Like, how you telling me like we're out of toilet paper? Like that's like the number one thing that we're out of. Like, what, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. People act reckless when they think their life is gonna be affected.
Yeah, and especially from COVID-19, I just seen like so much stupidity all around me. So
I mean, people.
I still see it.
People still act stupid over COVID.
I still
Yeah,
see it. Like
so-
I saw somebody walk into my job the other day, and they had one of those disposable masks, like the blue ones, but they had a little clear square cut out. Just like,
What's the point of having it?
just take it off. Like, you know what I mean? Like when hospitals are dropping regulations within their own facilities, like take off the damn mask. It's not that important. So I get it. I know where you're coming from. I thought that was ridiculous how people actually bought out toilet paper. Water I understand, but the TP was it was nuts.
Yeah, it was a little. I don't know why you would stock up on TP. That doesn't seem like a necessity, but maybe that's just me.
Speaking of nuts, do you want kids?
Wendy's
why or why
nuts
not?
at your. What?
No, just to transition over, because I mean, do you want kids? Why or why not? Would you want kids in the future?
I want kids to leave a legacy. That's why.
How many?
Probably like 2.
You
I
don't
wa-
think you can leave one without having kids?
No, I mean, you can,
He just
but
called you a loser.
You just want it to die off when you die.
I mean, my answer is that yes, I want to have kids, but it's not for that reason.
For me, it's for my legacy to keep moving, and so I leave something on this earth and just my name.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine being like what is it? Well, imagine your ancestor being like George Washington, and you made it all the way until now. You know what I mean?
Like you. I
Like
guess
your-
like
your
you're still
great,
the
great,
the
great,
family is still
great,
going
yeah,
on.
like the
You're still
family
a
tr-
Washington.
Yeah. See, like imagine having that. Imagine having that like 1,000 years from now, and there's still like your bloodline alive. That's something cool to have.
I mean, I get it.
I mean,
yeah.
it's cool, but you won't be there. For
Yeah,
it.
you're kind of dead, so I don't know how much that matters.
I guess it depends what you believe in, like in the afterlife or something.
I don't know. I want 2 kids, and I want them to be boys. I want no girls.
I want
Zilch,
at least
0.
one girl.
I don't want any.
Really?
At all?
No. Well,
Why?
Kids, I want 2 kids, but
Both
no
boys?
girls.
yeah, both boys.
What's your guys' problem with girls?
They're a fucking headache, bro. Everything I see about them, they're just headaches, bro. When they're
And boys
older, when they're younger. Boys are just like, you can discipline boys, bro. Girls like
Basically, you
don't.
can beat them up.
Yeah,
you can beat your kids
literally.
basically when they're boys.
Yeah, and
Why
then
would
with
you not
girls,
condone
like they're
violence
so
on the
fragile
podcast?
and
That's
dumb,
him.
and I don't know.
I just think that they're a lot more work, like, and I don't know. I me personally, I wouldn't be able to handle it. And then I feel like just because I'm a boy, a guy, like it's easier for me to, be able to like take care of like that, because I understand it better.
I think I could handle it. It's just I don't want to handle it. I don't want to be dealing with that bullshit.
Karma's gonna hit these guys real hard
when
in
they
the
have
future.
3 girls.
You're gonna be a girl dad, yeah, and you're gonna be struggling to like you're gonna be on your like 4th pregnancy trying to have a boy, and 4th girl's gonna pop out.
Bro, when I find out it's a
I'm
girl,
not-
I'm aborting it. What do you mean?
Boy.
No, you
crazy.
can't say that.
but
you can't.
That's a
say
clip.
that.
That's a clip. That's a clip.
If I have
it.
2 and they both end up as girls, then it is what it is. I'm just sticking with that.
Is 2 your max?
Yeah, 2's my max.
You wouldn't.
I mean, obviously, like if it happens, it happens.
I mean,
I'll have more.
If I have 2 girls, I'm definitely having a 3rd, and it's gonna be a boy. So I'm having one until I have a boy, honestly.
So you could have. What if you have like 19 girls, and you're on number 20, and you're maybe this
and I
time.
have 19 abortions and 1 boy.
Taxes finna hit.
That's crazy.
Speaking,
That's crazy.
The
thing is, you know the problem with that? I believe him.
oh wait, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Switch
either.
him into a boy.
That's crazy. Just adopt. Just adopt. Just adopt.
Yeah, or you can adopt.
Nah, I don't want to adopt either.
Y'all haven't seen like what Nick Cannon did? I don't know if it was Nick Cannon, but it was like some celebrity. Like they like inside the womb, they like genetically like changed the gender of their
Oh
child.
yeah, I've heard of that
Yeah.
actually.
So like you could do that.
That's not allowed though, is it? I'm pretty sure they disallowed that.
I don't know if it is or not.
Because
but-
if I can genetically modify my kid, that's the next LeBron James.
I was gonna say if I can do that, then
I think that is also a very ugly thing.
what?
You're able to modify your kid. Like that is the most L thing I've ever heard in
I'm
my
saying, like,
life,
just
bro.
buy one at that point
Yeah.
if you want preference.
Literally,
go
that
fucking
is so
adopt a
ugly
kid.
to me.
But you can't if you want preference. That's why you're building your. It's like a my player. That's what
Alright,
it's
man.
like.
I think you can do that like if you're a woman like trying to get like a sperm donor or something. I think you can like pick like
you can pick the guy.
the guy,
you can pick the
yeah.
guy. You can like look at the guy, see his height, weight.
I don't think you answered. How many would you want? Or
Oh no, I want a big ass family. I want a big family.
what
Cap.
number?
well, yeah, what's a number?
Bro, this is about to say like 2.
No.
Biggest
No.
Yeah, but that's
I want,
huge
like, 3
family.
kids or something.
Because you don't want 7 kids.
No,
You don't.
No, I want like maybe
not
4
big
or
then.
5. I like a
So
family
you want
of
an
like 6 or
average?
7 people, including me and Shorty. So like four
Shoddy.
or 5 kids maybe.
You think you'd be able to handle that?
That's
No.
crazy,
All
bro.
those
No,
kids.
no. That's just like
Can
what
barely
my
handle
ideal
himself
my
talking
ideal
about
life
four
is
Damn,
like.
kids, bro.
He's literally falling
Because
apart.
like when their kids have kids or something, and like they have like lots of aunts and uncles, and just I remember someone saying this to me before, but like he said he went to go like revisit his grandma. It was like a celebration of life. She died. They just called it a celebration of life. But there was like a million people there, bro, and it was just they were all related back to this one woman somehow, and I was like, that's actually really cool. Obviously, it was like kids, grandkids, grandkids, whatever, but it was like a bunch of people, and I was like, damn, that'd actually be like really cool to have. So I always wanted a big family, and I do want girls, not all girls, but I want like at least one girl.
So 4 boys, 1 girl. What's your perfect combo? That'd be your combo. 1
Yeah,
girl, 4
li-
boys.
Like 2 girls, 2 boys. 2 girls, 3 boys.
Okay, I mean that's valid.
I don't know.
How y'all feeling
Half
about
and
my
half.
combo? I
Two
want
boys?
2 boys, twins.
That's an elite combo, bro. Because that's the same combo.
I feel like I wouldn't want twins.
I've literally,
I feel like I
I've
wouldn't want
literally
twins.
said that. I want 2 boys and I want
I have my
twins.
genetics too. It's very likely.
For real?
For real?
It's very likely to happen.
Bro, this kid's
It's on
capping.
my, it's on
You're a
my side
capper.
and on my girlfriend's
don't-
side. So.
Wait, how?
Because my uncles are twins.
Oh. So why the fuck does that pertain to you? No, I'm just
I'm just kidding.
But how do you know that? How do you know that?
Yeah.
How do you know that though? It's just your uncles
What
are
do you mean?
twins, so now you're like genetically perfect for twins.
I mean,
No.
no, but it's just like in my genes.
I'm not gonna lie. If you do have twins in your family, like the rate goes all the way up.
It goes from like
100%.
0.1 to like 0.2 maybe.
No.
I don't
Like,
know what it is, but I
it's
just know
ridiculous
It's much
odds.
more likely. Or
So it goes
I-
from like 0.1 to like 80%.
Yeah, I've actually read this before. Not 80. Don't be dumb.
Are you guys gonna hate your guys' kids?
Hit?
Yeah.
Bro, that's
Hit.
like a weird term.
You think you should? I didn't even answer, but
To
do you think you should
discipline
hit
them?
kids?
No. I've never been hit. I don't think you should be.
I don't think you should be hit either. I'm not gonna hit my kids.
Yeah. I've never been hit, so that's just how,
I think it was hit. I was hit all the time as a kid, and I don't think it affected me. But I don't think not hitting me would have.
What would you do, bro? Which one would you do if you had a kid? Would you hit or not? Are
I
you
think-
slapping your kids or not?
I'll say this. I think the same point would have gotten across without me being hit all the damn time. So I don't think I want to hit my kids.
So
either.
which one would you choose then?
I don't think I'd hit my kids.
I'm smacking the shit out of my kids, bro.
I don't think I'm hitting.
I'm smack, or else they're gonna turn out like him, or they're gonna turn out like you, or they're gonna turn out like him. Cause he's talking about I got hit a lot as a kid. This kid maybe got hit the least out of all of us,
Don't
and
be
that's why
dumb.
he's so
Don't be
fucking
dumb.
soft and
Don't be dumb.
annoying.
Don't be dumb.
To be fair though, when
Don't
I was
be
a
dumb.
very little kid, I was more scared of the thought of being hit than actually being kicked. Cause whenever I did something bad, my dad, he'd pretend he's taking off that
It
belt.
works, bro.
He
It
pretend he's
works.
taking off that belt, and I didn't even know what it felt like to be hit with that. But
I don't know.
you
It's
just
just-
every
I
person,
fear the
I'd
fear,
run in
the
my
fear, the
room, go
fear, the
hide
Every
like
person
that.
that I see, bro, that didn't get hit, bro, is not that disciplined. And then the people that did get hit, bro, there's a certain demeanor towards them. They walk a certain way. They walk a bit different, bro. They value life a bit better. I think the people that got hit are just better people that when they grow up. In my opinion.
I mean, I think your opinion is wrong, but
See, that's why
just
that's
me.
your opinion.
And
No,
then
but
two, psychologically,
we literally live the same lives, and this guy thinks he's like miles ahead of me. Like he thinks he's miles better than me because he can own up to him being hit and that it made him a bigger person. We live the same life. and
when
don't
did
try
I
and act
ever
like we
say that,
didn't.
bro? I just said you got hit the least out of all of us.
No, and you want to act like that.
And you know, you said, nah, I got hit so much as a... No, you didn't, bro.
Yes,
No,
I
you didn't.
did.
Anyways, that's
Okay.
just my opinion. But yes,
Okay.
my kids are definitely getting smacked up if they think that they run the world.
I just wanted to add, psychologically, positive reinforcement works much better than negative.
It's okay.
So, being hit,
Oscar wants his
isn't-
parents. Oscar wants his kids to be scared of him, 24/7.
Yeah,
So keep hitting him, bro.
I like fear, bro.
What are you gonna hit him with?
Anything.
Whatever you can grab.
Yeah, and the closest thing that's to me.
not even just your fists, just whatever you can get your
The
hands
TV's
on.
right there.
Everything, bro. If they're out of reach, bro, I don't know. I really can't be swinging on them like that, but they're definitely getting hit, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I'm hitting my kids.
I'm not either. It doesn't work as much as you think it does.
I
But-
guess.
So I guess just on a related note, this is something that me and Oscar saw yesterday. I think it was like a YouTube short that you showed me or a TikTok. I don't remember. But Steve Will Do It came out and made a little clip talking about how he's spoken to a lot of smart people over whether or not vax sperm, like stuff we produce, and non-vax sperm like will hold value in the future. So basically his whole take was saying that kids, well, like I guess men, because it's going to be like in the future, men that weren't vaccinated, their sperm's going to be worth like millions of dollars. It's going to be like basically like owning Bitcoin. It's going to like, you're just like a walking gold mine basically for whatever reason. And people that were non-vax sperm, it's like there's going to be like complications and like women aren't going to want you, and then that's
Wait,
going to be
the
like
vax
a big,
people are bad?
yeah, people that are vaccinated, it's like women aren't going to want you. They're not going to be looking for people that are vaccinated. Like you're not really worth anything.
I
It's
think
kind
that's
of like,
true, bro.
it's kind of
I
like
already see it
being-
in my day-to-day life.
Okay, man.
My fault. Who's Steve Will Do It, by the way? Is he the buff guy? The
From
buff
Nelk,
white guy?
like the extension
Oh.
of Nelk that,
Yeah.
hangs out with Bradley Martin sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, but like that was the whole take. How he was saying people that didn't get vaccinated are like a walking gold mine, and that women are gonna like admire them and
Did he
wanna
get
have kids with
vaccinated?
them. Steve Will Do It? Definitely not. I don't think so. You can't be talking
I
crazy.
wonder.
like
I wonder why he
this.
had that take then.
Yeah.
I don't know. He said he talked to lots of smart people that were saying the exact same thing, and I just wanted you guys to know that I saw that same video.
Did you guys? Well, I know you two didn't, but did
I
you?
didn't see that.
He
no.
did.
And
You did?
You showed me.
You got vaccinated is what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm
oh,
saying.
I thought you were talking about seeing the video. That's what.
No,
I heard.
I'm saying.
I thought
Oh, I did too. Then.
Why would
did
I
too.
ask if you've seen the video, bro? That
That's what
makes
I heard.
no
Did you hear that?
sense.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's just what Brian said, so I went off what he said.
So you both did? So he's
I
the only
got
one
it.
who didn't?
Yeah, I got vaccinated.
I hope
did
that
too.
shit is true.
I hope it's
Just
not. I hope it's
because
the other way
just because
around.
the people that were foolish around me can pay the consequences of being foolish around me, bro. Because getting a vaccination that they had no idea that they were putting in their body, just because other people were putting that shit in their body, made it okay for them to do it. Peer pressured like little ass kids. Yeah, I hope.
I didn't get.
I hope there's a
vaccinated.
I don't hope nothing. That's a bad thing to say, but I hope
No, you hope
that
bad things.
I'm in the right in the future.
I think that's outlandish. First off, I don't think you should take anything that guy says seriously.
Well, no, that's this is
you
just
know,
supposed
his
to, like-
smart people. Unless he's talking about some real doctors. I don't know who the fuck he's talking about, and I don't know. I just think it's outlandish to say that if you have non-vax sperm, you're a gold mine, and I
Well-
don't think it's gonna make a difference at all in your sperm.
Why would it be in the future though, and not like now?
Because that's when
Long-term
the side
effects.
effects are going to kick in.
I don't know. It's just again people, actually like absolute idiots thinking that the vaccine gives their kids autism and all this other crazy bullshit that circles around the internet.
So are you pro or anti-vax?
Me?
Is that a question we should be talking about?
I don't
Yeah, we can
That
talk
might get
about
taken-
it.
I don't know if it does, but
I don't know.
I don't know if that's controversial.
Yeah,
I think if we say don't take it, then I think it's
But
something might happen to the
that's what
video.
this kid literally just said.
I just
He
I
didn't
don't
say-
I didn't say that.
I don't have a crazy take
I'm saying
on
you're
this.
a clown if you took it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't have a crazy take on this. I only got vaccinated because it was required for my job at the hospital. That's it. If I didn't have that job, I don't think I'd be vaccinated.
Was it really required, or you could have just wore a mask?
It was required. I still had to wear a mask and everything. It's because I was working at the hospital. Like whoever didn't get vaccinated, just got let go.
Well, that's kind of weird though, because I feel like you could have gone like another alternative way where you just get tested like every week or something, and just wear your mask. I don't think they can force you to get vaccinated.
No, they
I mean, it's
didn't.
not forcing you.
They
It's
just said they're
either
gonna let you go.
yeah, it's either you want the job or not.
I was literally at orientation and they're like, just know that this job like requires you to be vaccinated. And I was like, okay, not a big deal.
That's tough.
I guess.
See, like,
Okay, bro.
Okay. So I guess I'm at a neutral standpoint on getting vaccinated. I don't really care for it.
I really don't care either, but I think if you think it's bad for you or it does anything harmful or anything, you're an idiot. And you know, you're just
I didn't say
believing in
anything of that.
these lies. And I don't know. I think you're just stupid, slow. Half of our population is slow. That's why we have two parties. But we're not gonna get into that. But yeah,
Which two parties are you talking about?
like the Democratic and
Male and
Republican
female?
parties. No.
Stop. You can't be saying these things.
But what you
Alright,
were
we'll cut all
saying,
that out
you said that there's no long-term effects or anything like that, but we haven't even lived to see the effects.
Bro,
or
it's
anything.
like
so
a flu shot. Like, you think that shit's
you
gonna...
don't know that though.
But you
Oh
don't know the
my
other way
gosh,
either.
bro.
Yeah,
You're just guessing.
No, but so are you.
Yeah.
So what
I
So
mean, you
what's
get-
the difference?
Your
So why
plan
can one
is
be
saying
stupider?
At that same
Well,
logic, you
I-
can say that about anything, dude. Like, you can say that about the food you eat right now. Like,
Yeah, but
the
I'm just
things it
saying-
has in
saying,
it.
but you're saying that I didn't call anybody an idiot. You're the
You
one.
literally called them
yeah.
clowns.
No, but you're
I
like,
didn't call
if you take,
What?
y'all are just mad because you guys took it because you guys were literally peer pressured into taking that ridiculous ass shot, even though you guys don't get a flu shot, but
I get a flu shot.
it's whatever. You guys, I think people were just peer pressured into doing dumb shit. That whole COVID-19 thing, because everybody was saying, oh, you're not gonna be able to get on airplanes, you're not gonna get on planes. What happened to all that, bro? What happened to all that? Your Vax card is literally throw that shit in the trash, bro. Throw that shit in the trash.
I mean, I think that's just that was for the time being. You did need it during that time.
No, but they said you were
Obviously
gonna like forever need it. Like if it was such a big thing and all this and that, like bro, throw your Vax card away. That shit is not important, bro.
I don't even
I'll
got
literally
mine.
wipe my ass with your Vax card right now. Talking about people that don't have it are dumb. They're not gonna be able to leave the country, anything like that. Look at me now, bro.
You still haven't left.
Yeah, you haven't left the country.
Anyways, bro,
Anyways, what?
that was my whole point.
Okay.
There was literally no point in getting that shot. Like y'all just did it to get a shot. Congratulations. Now you have some stupid ass medicine that is literally pointless and is gonna give your kids Ebola.
Okay. By that logic, taking any
Ebola, a whole different
by that
disease?
same logic, taking any medicine is pointless. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't take
Obviously-
medicine.
Obviously.
It's a placebo,
That's facts,
bro.
bro. That's facts.
bro, you just said
Get
you get the flu
fucked.
shot.
I get every type of shot, bro. I get
Exactly.
every type of medicine. I already fell in the trap, bro. I'm in the Matrix. They got me.
Yo, I'm in there with you, gang.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
bro.
but I
Then you
really
got
do
Andrew
hope that
Tate, bro.
happens. I do hope that happens. Like, not like
That
that
is
your
so
guys'
crazy.
kids are fucked up or anything.
No, but
but
that's
like,
what you hope. That's what you just said. You
no,
can't take back
no,
your word,
I'm not.
bro.
I'm just saying, like, hopefully, like, unvaxxed people, like, there's like a benefit somewhere out there.
Hold on.
I
just
hope.
want to.
I wish the worst on unvaxxed people, bro. I wish the absolute worst. I hope they all die because COVID-20 comes and it turns out COVID-19 vax actually is immune to it and they all die.
I don't know. I don't know. Just like looking at it from an outside perspective, it's just like a big group of people that were like scared for their lives, and we're moving as like sheep. That whole time we're just like, oh, these people are doing it, let's go do it. Oh, I need toilet paper. Yeah, I need toilet paper. Just like that. Shit like that. So that's the only reason I'm on this side. It's just like I didn't agree with like, cause I always seen it like, oh, it's just the flu. And everybody's like, no, it's more than just the flu, but I don't know.
I mean, people died from that shit, so.
Yeah, but people die from everything.
People died from the flu.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm saying that's why it's like not to be taken lightly.
No, but you don't get a flu shot, right?
I don't.
Exactly. So why was the COVID-19 shot so important?
It wasn't. I literally said.
Well,
it
I'm not.
before my job.
I'm not just pointing you. I'm just saying in general.
So if you
People
if
were moving
everything-
like
if
sheep.
everything you say is true, do you agree that COVID gives children autism?
No, I've never said any of that, bro. I'm
I'm
just
not
saying
saying
you're
you
a
said
clown for
anything, I'm
taking a
asking
shot
you.
that you didn't know what was in
Can you
it.
just answer my question?
About what?
Do you think the COVID-19 vax gives children autism? Do
No.
you think it like alters
No.
them or affects their health?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what is in that. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
That's all I was asking.
You wanna know what's in them cheesies we be eating? Bro.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's in
It's-
anything, bro. Like, but
You just pick and choose your battles at that
Exactly.
point.
It's just I don't know.
You could literally be eating horse shit in a
I don't know. I just seen it from the beginning where everything about that like whole pandemic shit was just like bullshit to me. So I was like,
On God, that pandemic wasn't even real, bro.
I'm
Those
telling you,
numbers
it
were all
was just
hyped up too.
like there was so much shit that was like weird during that. Like, oh, all these deaths were caused by COVID-19, but then a story comes out and then, oh, actually, not even half of these were caused by COVID-19. So I don't know.
Do you think social media is ruining our generation and younger kids? I guess just like propaganda and malinformation.
Yes,
spread
bro,
around the
yes.
internet?
I don't think it's propaganda. I think it's just other stupid kids.
I agree. I think if you believe anything you see, like immediately you're stupid. You know, obviously you should, take everything lightly that you see online and kind of, if you really care about it that much, you should like look into it more and, do research just so you don't look stupid. But, obviously people are slow, like I said.
Yeah, very, very slow.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that. It's just social media definitely has rotted kids' brains. Like it's actually so sad to see that likes and followers and all this is like so important to the kids nowadays. Or like when I don't know if any of us really went through it because we're not really on social media like that. But like, bro, a like has never ever like phased me in my life. Like, I don't know. I'm just on social media now because we're doing this, but like, I don't know. I've never been like the type to overthink on social media and shit like that.
I think for the first time I began to care about likes and following was doing this, like you said. I think this was like
Mhm.
the first time I actually like it gets to me when we put the time and effort to do this stuff and like maybe we're not rewarded for it. But I think this is like one of like the few times where I can say like this it's kind of like rotted my head or like got into my head where we're not getting as many likes or followers as I'd like or something. But no, I totally get it because when I see like 11, 12, 13-year-old like influencers and they're like posting like all this like mediocre shit online and it's just ridiculous, man. It's not something you should have to see like from the outside in, and it's not something that children should be aware of at such a young age. Like I don't know why they're like they have so much exposure to that and it's not regulated enough like in each household. And I think that's going back to the whole disciplinary thing too. Like kids are just too scared. I mean, parents are too scared to like talk to their kids or something. Just like trying to let them figure it out on their own. Now kids are acting fools everywhere I go.
I mean, a lot of parents don't really, they kind of let them, there's a lot of iPad babies, where they kind of just give them the iPad,
because it's
and
easy.
then, yeah, it's easy,
How do you feel about that, by the way?
That's so ugly,
disgusting.
bro. It's
That
so
is
ugly.
sad. Sorry.
Yeah. I think.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I think if you're gonna have a kid, you should take care of it. But I just wanted to mention too that my little brother is, he's like that, when
Well,
he has
yeah,
his
all the
iPad,
kids are like that
Bro,
now.
because you take that away and dude starts chirping in your damn ear like you just ruined his life.
They literally melt, bro. They forget how to act
Dude,
once you take
no,
that shit away from
you,
them.
You know what killed me? One time we went to a China buffet in Sioux Falls with our family, and it was like Alex or Kane, like one of our little cousins, went up to like one of the waiters to ask for the Wi-Fi password, bro, on his
That's so
fucking
funny.
iPad, like drooling over that shit. I'm like,
That's funny.
you are so gross. I'm like, sit back down, please. Like you're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing.
I
all
don't
of
think
us.
that's on the kids though.
No,
I don't think
it's
you
on
can
the
blame the kids.
parents,
Like you
bro.
can't look on the
No,
kids
it's
and
not
be like,
fair
"Oh,
at
you're
all.
stupid." It's like, bro, it's the parents' fault for like giving their kid an iPad and not teaching them how to talk to another person.
No,
But then again, the thing is, like, we also don't have kids, so it's like the parents always use it as like, oh, it's just a little distraction for them. But I don't know.
that's like their whole life.
Yeah, for
Like,
me,
that's
it
a distraction.
it
man.
looks more like a little bit of a distraction.
That
Yeah.
for me, when I see it, I wouldn't want to. I'd rather go through the hardship of trying to keep my kid entertained than just throw an iPad in front of him. Because I
Yeah.
think it's more beneficial to do than not
Yeah.
iPad.
No, 'cause like growing up, our struggles was like, shoot, like who's gonna be able to go outside and like ride bikes or like throw the football around today, or who's gonna like have free time to just like hang out in the street and like kick a ball around. And now it's like, damn, this place don't got Wi-Fi. Like, let me just play this offline game instead or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just like stupid how you had to like it's come to that where kids just
It's
those struggles don't exist.
it's making kids less creative, in my
They're just
opinion.
brain dead.
Yeah, like
There is some exceptions though, 'cause I see a couple kids where they use like their iPads like to draw on or like paint on. You know what I'm talking about? Like those applications like
Bro,
web
grab
de-
a piece of paper.
Okay, it's the same thing though. Like people like professionals like our age use iPads for web design or graphic designing and everything like that. So like there is some exceptions to it, but it's just like half the kids are brain dead. They're literal robots.
I was using it more in the sense of like when you're outside, like you have to make up games, like try to keep yourself entertained, and then on an iPad, like it's all there for you. You literally have hours of entertainment of you just like where you're able to like sit down and do absolutely nothing.
You know, it's actually so funny you say that 'cause like speaking of just like creativity and like I guess being a kid in quotations, like we'd go in our backyard and there was this beat up mattress like pushed up against our shed, and we'd play this game called like Spaceship with one of our friends, and we'd just act like that dirty ass mattress with fucking bed bugs on it was a spaceship. So it's like you just don't see that now, like ever. You know what I mean? Like that's like an anomaly to see kids actually like enjoy life that way without just having their eyes glued to a screen.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't go around staring at kids, but I don't ever see
I
it in
don't-
my free time. Obviously,
Whatever, man. Don't try.
You
and
see
turn
it a
this
lot
into-
more.
Yeah, don't try and. Turn
No,
this into-
they still. I mean, there's a good majority that they'll still like play like that, but I think there's always gonna be one kid who's inside on the phone or on their iPad, just like watching videos.
I think there's
That's
more
what I
kids
see.
like that now than
there was when we were growing up.
yeah.
Because there was a few. It was flipped when we were growing up. There was a few kids that were inside and the rest were outside. But then now it's like there's a few kids outside, the rest are inside.
Yep.
I also think what was I gonna say? I also think giving them like you say how like when you're outside you have to like entertain yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you have to entertain yourself, you also are like forced to like find people to entertain yourself with, like friends and stuff. So you're kind of like forced to be like socially active. But if you just give somebody like an iPad, it's like they don't ever need to talk to nobody. Like they're not gonna make friends. And then as they get older, it's just like they don't got
socially
yeah,
awkward.
they don't got no social skills. So now they're just
Yeah.
like a weirdo.
They're literally just NPCs.
Worse, bro. They're not even NPCs.
Okay, like, just I guess just like draw a picture for you guys. Like, imagine trying to grow up, like as a kid now, like step outside, like expecting like to play with people, and they're just like all zombies inside, on their iPads and stuff.
I think it would suck to grow up now, bro, because everything is like online, and if you don't know how to use a phone, bro, like it's kind of just Mayday for you. Even like in high school for me, bro, like I felt so left out because I was like almost like never on my phone, so I was like missing out on like what everybody was talking about, and like that was already happening when I was like in high school. So imagine like kids now, if you don't get a phone till you're like 12, like you're already
You're
8
behind
years
the curve.
behind, bro. Like
When did you guys get like phones or like technology and stuff?
I don't think. Well, we got our first phone in what, like second? No. Fourth grade.
we had to share a Samsung like phone.
Yeah, we share a Samsung Galaxy S3 because we moved to Omaha, and we had to like walk to and from school from our apartment, and my parents just wanted us to have that like in case of an emergency, or else we wouldn't have had one because we just kind of grew up like on, and we got our first like iPod, I think that same year, like fourth grade.
I mean, we've had an iPod for like before that phone, but like to be honest, like I never really had, or I was never really invested into that iPod. Like you would barely see me on it, and the only times I was on it is when like I would try to like text people, but holy shit. If my texting is bad now, like
I can.
I can't even imagine what I was saying back then, bro.
Yeah, no, cause like life was good. The only reason we ever asked for an iPod is cause our uncle got one, and he was playing games like Bike Race, Balloons Tower Defense 4. What was that one? It was like Cut the Rope or something. But like he had like all those games on his iPod, and he'd just like leave it with us like some days. And I just remember like grinding those games, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. Like I'd like something like this. And then my parents never really got it for us until like years later.
What about you guys?
I got my stuff later, bro. I don't think I had anything in elementary school, and even in middle school, I might have had like, I don't even know if I had an iPod in middle school. I might have, but I don't know.
Middle school, I didn't have a phone with service. I had an iPhone 5 with no service on it,
So you had an iPod 5.
basically. Basically.
If
bro.
it had no service, that thing's not a phone.
Yeah, that's an
I'm not gonna
iPod.
lie, I remember that. And I remember when people would joke about that, and it used to get to me a lot. Cause they'd be like, "Hey, bro, what phone you got?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I just got this." And they'd be like, "Hey, like, let's do this." And I'm like, I got no Wi-Fi. I got no service." They'd be like, "Oh yeah, you just got a fucking iPod." I'm not gonna say what they said. I'm not gonna say what they said. But that stuff used to get to me.
I don't know. Even some kids we grew up with though were like they're on social media or their phones way too much. Cause like I look back at high school, bro, and some kids lived their life on like Facebook.
Yeah.
Like they knew nothing else but like posting and like I don't know, bro. They didn't talk to you in person, but they were talking over Facebook. And I don't know. It was weird.
That is weird, because there's been people that I've seen online and like I've been in group chats with, and I think I've sent like more text to them than I've like spoken words in person. There's also people that I've talked to online that I've literally never met in person before either. And that's weird to me.
That is crazy. Anyone I've ever talked to online, I've known.
In my defense, it's like some random dude from Lincoln. I don't know who he is. He was just like, it's in a group chat with my friends, and then it was like a friend of a friend.
I guess that's different.
So I don't know who it is, but
You weren't just texting like a random jit in like Asia or something?
oh no, never.
You got your phone late, Brian?
Yeah. Well, I got an actual phone in high school, but before then I had an iPod in middle school, and then that was it. And like I've never had a Facebook before, like, and like so like throughout middle school and high school, like I wasn't on that, like, you know, whatever. Like if you ain't see me in school, you weren't talking to me after, like, I guess the game like PlayStation, PS4 parties, but like for the most part, like if you knew me in school, like you'd know, like, yeah, I'm only seeing that boy Brian in
Yeah.
Usually like that for like 4 years.
Yeah, that's literally how it was.
Yeah. But I think I was gonna say, did you feel like how I was saying, like, did you ever feel left out in high school just because you weren't really on social media like that, or were you on social media?
Well, I wasn't really even on it, to be honest. Like, but I didn't really care. But then there was some times where like people would like show or like talk about like, oh, you see this on like Facebook or whatnot or whatever, and then like I obviously had no clue, so it was kind of like, damn, like, you know, I can't see, but like at the same time, like it didn't really like matter to me that much, like.
Cause I was gonna say like, for me, like what I'm talking about missing out was like the whole like how people like would get into relationships in high school, like the to be honest and dumb like that dumb shit, and then like I really didn't understand like Facebook comedians either.
Bro,
Like, oh, he's a Facebook comedian. Like,
stuff is
bro, like
stupid.
what?
That actually brings back so many memories.
Like,
That's so
like, are you
stupid.
dumb?
The meme pages, I remember that. Like, people
Yeah.
would be like famous in middle school and stuff for that. Like,
That's what I'm saying, and I'm like, bro, like, what are you guys talking about? Like, this, and I think, I don't know, just that kind of stuff in general is like, I was kind of like left out because I didn't even know what the hell was going on.
I think Leo was the only one on that side of social media.
You didn't miss much. Those people aren't funny.
Facebook comedian isn't a thing, by the way. That's not a thing, bro.
Yeah, 'cause
You
you-
sharing
it was a
someone
thing for
else's
at the
picture does not
time.
make you a comedian, bro.
You gotta be funny to be a comedian, bro.
I mean, I'd seen some things, like people would show me like on their phone, like some things like, hey, look at this, and like sometimes it was funny, like, but it was like middle school stuff, like, so like, but it'd be like a picture of like someone from our school, you know, like doing something stupid or something like that, or
Oh.
like a video. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say like about that, like I think it's kind of good that I didn't kind of live like that, just 'cause like I feel like that's like I guess embarrassing. Like I'm glad I didn't have to like go through any of that, you know.
Yeah.
Just 'cause like I don't think I still think I wouldn't have done that, but if you know if I in case I did, like I think it's glad to like not look back and be like I'm not, what was I doing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't have like moments like that.
You don't have those regrets of doing
No.
it.
I don't have it. You know, my digital footprint is, you know, pretty good except for this. This has me
No,
looking
bro.
stupid.
Yeah, always, bro. Always.
Nah, we still have this Instagram page from like 5th grade that Oscar was never able to like get down. I don't even know what the story with that is. I think some Indian girl like hacked into his account or something.
No, bro. It's like
You
it
forgot
was
the
just like
password.
yeah, I forgot the passwords, and it's just like I don't know. Somebody else was making my accounts back then. If it wasn't him, it was some other family member because I didn't know how to make passwords and stuff like that.
God, that actually stresses me out. That just made me remember that an actual Indian girl hacked my most recent Instagram account. I had like a decent
I feel like that was a good thing for you.
why?
'Cause I feel like it made you not use Instagram as much.
I actually don't touch that app anymore.
Exactly.
at
So I
all.
think it's good. I think it's good to delete all those apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, but going
Some
back
time away from it is good.
going back to that, there was like this random like underground Instagram account. Damn, where was I going with this? Oh, just leaving like a good digital footprint. That's got to be like some of like the most embarrassing shit we have. I don't.
Our old Instagrams.
Yeah, I know a couple
Or
of
my
our
old
friends.
Instagram.
A couple of our friends have already like come across it, like coincidentally, and they gave us like the most shit for it. And I really hope that doesn't get found.
Bro, if you guys find my old
I'm
Instagram
putting
account,
I'm putting the
report
link in the
it.
description below. 'cause
Actually,
I
report my
have it.
account.
Actually, report it. I've already reported it twice. I'm trying to bury that in the ground.
I think it's funny though. I think something like that is funny to have like to look back on.
It's funny to look back at now because we have like stupid videos and stuff.
That's not like a bad digital footprint. It was just you
Yeah,
as like little
it's kinda
kids.
funny.
Like that was.
Yeah.
You guys were young when you guys got Instagram then.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
we had
What is
Instagram.
I don't think I was until high school until
Uh-uh.
the only thing I had up until high school was like
Did- did-
Facebook,
did
and I
you
didn't
have-
make
I've
my
had
Facebook.
like 6 Snapchat accounts.
Did you get Instagram? Did you get Instagram when it was like the purple logo,
Or YouTube when it was literally like a box TV.
a brown box TV?
No.
I remember.
No
I remember that. I
way.
know what you guys are talking
No
about. 'cause
Yo,
way.
y'all are on social media all the
'cause
time, bro.
My mom had like this like old like iPhone like hand me down, and like I'd play games on it, and I
Mhm.
remember like the little YouTube like box
It was
TV
literally like
shit.
it was like a turn
yeah.
dial TV, like the brown box TVs, and then Instagram in the past was literally like a Polaroid camera,
I remember that.
not
too.
not like the tie dye purple, yellow, orange, whatever it is now. It was just straight brown. It was a straight brown Polaroid camera.
I only remember that because I've seen it, but I didn't have it back when that was.
For
No, I didn't have it
real?
either,
No.
but I've seen.
Because I wasn't on social media as a kid, but I went outside unlike you.
bro, as
Talking
a
about
kid,
I had Instagram the day. By the way, bro, did you hear when our professor said he was like, when did I get Twitter? 2009. Bro, Twitter was released in 2010. Bro created Twitter, bro.
Wow, he was actually on the drawing board making that shit.
He literally was like, yeah, I've had it since 2009, going on year 13, got my 13-year badge. I'm like, bro, you're 87 years old.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
was
gonna
like-
lie, I'm not. He actually can't do math because it's 2023 and he said 13 years ago. That's 2010. He must have.
It was
It's
just
an
quick.
update
It was
for
just
him,
something
bro.
quick, but it was. I just, yeah, I don't know. I haven't.
Nah, he definitely created Twitter.
I didn't get any like other than face. I didn't even make my Facebook. But other than Facebook, I didn't have anything until high school, like sophomore year even.
A lot of the things I did though was because of the people around me. Like the only reason I had Instagram is because like all the white people where we used to grow up were like, oh yeah, get on that immediately.
he's a sheep.
On God, you're a sheep,
no,
bro.
because we would text on this thing called Pinger.
Oh my.
Oh, I had
God,
MySpace.
bro.
Nah, my fault.
If we really
Pinger's
want to get into it,
insane.
we can talk about Uvu. Did you guys have that? That's-
yes,
That's a banger.
yes.
I didn't.
bro.
I didn't.
I literally have
That was the one
pictures on
thing
my
I had
camera
in
roll.
6th
on
grade
Uvu.
where, you know, I had all the huzz, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo.
all the huzz.
That's funny.
Bro, Ubu was such a goated app.
It actually
Ah.
was though. It was like cool for the time.
Yeah,
It was
FaceTime.
FaceTime, but
FaceTime
not
before
FaceTime.
It was group FaceTime basically.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of that.
I just remember one time. Oh my god, was it a video or pictures? But it was like the cinnamon challenge that we did, and Gio was in a call. Bro, I
Mhm.
wish we still had those pictures. That was some of the best.
I
times of
think
my
I have
life.
some on my camera roll.
For real.
Or on my old Instagram, there's a screenshot of Uvu of
Dude,
like
we-
the 4 screens and shit.
Your camera roll is so goated if you have those.
Yeah, but where are we going with that?
I
just
don't
like
know,
old-
like
old-
talking about it. Yeah.
Got you.
Reminiscing.
Yeah. I would say because the only reason I did half that stuff is because we used to text on this app called Pinger, and it was basically having service on your iPod 4.
Literally, it's like having a phone.
And I remember just like I talked to people, and then they'd bring something up called Instagram, and they're like, "Instagram? You're not on Instagram?" And I was like, "The hell is an Instagram, bro? What's an Instagram?" And then they tell me to download it, and then I downloaded it, I made an account, and then I showed Oscar, he made an account, and then we were on Instagram like year of release, basically. I don't know what year that was. It was forever ago though. That would have been 4th grade.
Oh, you guys are those kids.
Eight.
Year release.
guys were
I was there from day
these
one.
guys were
when it was
actually iPod
underground.
While you guys were on Instagram and Pinger,
I was out playing.
bro, I was
sports.
outside in my yard swinging a stick around, pretending it's a sword.
Bro, we
Me
actually
too,
ran
bro.
between
I was doing
two
the same
trees, bro.
thing. We were still going out and playing jackpot in the big yard with the fucking football.
guys
We
ever
were still
post on
playing
Vine?
soccer.
No, that's the one thing I
No.
never got on.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I posted online.
I had a Vine, but
I had
never
a Vine
posted
too.
on
I
it.
posted. I wish I still had the old ones.
I
but
was
obviously
in
not.
somebody's Vine, but I never owned that app.
Was it Pedro? No.
Fernando?
Pedro Neto. Oh, my
Fernan-
bad.
oh yeah, I remember that. That kid was tech savvy. He was like up with the shits. He actually had like everything.
You think guys?
Yeah.
You think you guys are tech savvy now?
Fuck no.
Mm,
I think I only.
I want to say yes, but at the same time, no.
Per my resume, I'm proficient in Microsoft Studio applications, so I'd like to say I'm tech savvy.
as
Well,
of my
Oh, we're talking about
resume,
that? Oh yeah, I'm goaded on that then.
I'd say-
What else? What else is
Literally,
tech
resume
savvy?
says I'm
I thought we
goated.
meant just like in terms of like social media, like knowing.
Oh,
how
no,
apps
I
work.
just
tech
mean-
savvy being like
In terms of social media, no,
This,
none of us,
fun
literally
usage.
other than us posting this podcast, none of us post on any social media really.
I don't. There's just not a need for it.
It's because nobody listens to what I'm saying, so there's no reason to post.
Yep.
It's kind of like this podcast.
Bro,
but we
no
still
one
do it.
likes you. That's why. You can't dislike things anymore. But if you could, best believe. there'd
I'm
be
so
at
glad
least
you can't
13.
dislike things,
I'm kind of sad. Maybe
I-
less people would post if you could still dislike.
bro. That'd be very toxic.
Bro, I wish you could still dislike.
On
'cause
God,
some
disliking would
people
be
need
fun.
a, you know.
They need to check.
Do you guys think we are way softer than back then? Like everybody in general is just soft.
Yeah.
Compared to like people who went to World War II.
yeah,
probably.
No. I'm just saying, like, I think the people that are growing up now, and people in our generation too. Our generation is very soft, bro. Where it's like where this culture cancel culture has become such a big thing because people's feelings get hurt. Like nobody cares about your feelings.
That is facts, though. That is
Nobody
facts.
cares.
Just we're like getting close to the end of this. I wanted to end on this related note. Just going back to what you said, like we're not like in World War II anymore, whatever, different generation. Do you think military soldiers and like the army should get like the same praise they do now as they did before?
No.
No. Yeah, not.
People
You
back
know,
then were in the
in World
trenches,
Wars, bro.
Bro, that was but that was a whole different time though. That's extreme. They were actually like
Well, it was actually life or death.
they actually didn't get to choose to go either. They were just, hey, you're either going or you get 25 to life. So make your choice.
If you were out in Nam, like that. But if
Bro,
you
you went like that, bro. You're laying like this, bro, in a
No, I
coffin,
mean, like-
bro.
if you're a veteran,
imagine,
You're walking thin line here for sure.
bro. Just
What,
imagine
Vietnam
being in
people
the
didn't
war.
die?
Oh,
And you know, like back then, like where people just like stood in lines, like facing each other.
that's crazy,
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm in the back of the line, bro. What do you mean we're just standing there and just fire?
You gotta reload.
Fire.
No, that's crazy because you just had to hope there was missing they shots.
Literally, I'm telling you, I'm back there, bro. Like, no way you're seeing me on the front line, bro.
Bro, that
If
shit
I'm
is
not
so
back there, I'm
funny.
the kid with the flag, bro.
I'm
I'm
the
not-
guy.
Bro, that shit.
Bro, what do you mean? You're
That-
literally the guy pushing the fucking cannon, bro.
No,
You're whipping you while you're pushing that.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
a little
bro.
crazy though.
Nah, bro, but war back then definitely more vicious than now, I think.
I mean, war's vicious now. There's just no like world war happening.
Yeah.
War is
that-
still
see,
super vicious.
That's what I'm saying. So do you think Army soldiers and the Marines and Air Force, do you think they should get the same praise they do as they did back then?
What do you mean by praise? Like what? Like
Thank
how
you for your
so?
service.
respect.
Like when they walk in the room, I should salute. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, not to that extent, but sure. Like I guess just like the principle of it, not necessarily like physically saluting them or thanking them for their service, but just like the principle of, oh yeah, like I appreciate that you're doing that. For
I
our
might have a little
country.
bit more respect for you, but also it's like I don't know if I have more respect for you because maybe you're just doing that because you had nowhere else to go.
That's what I
I don't
think
know,
it
bro.
is now. Because before it was like
well, not
people.
everybody. But
No, that's what I think. And like in the past, it was you either like forced into the military because like you got drafted or whatever, or you actually wanted to fight for your country because there was something worth fighting for.
But people would still be like that if a war broke out now.
Oh,
People
yeah,
would still want
yeah.
to go and fight.
yeah, if
It's
you're
just
like,
there's no war that
if
people
you're
have
70.
to go and fight.
if you're 70, you're still thinking like that. No, the point that's just a joke. The point I'm trying to make is that, people now it's like you're kind of like don't have anywhere else to go, and you don't want to like waste your time, or like you're taking like a gap year or something, and it's like, all right, I'll just go to the military if I can't figure out what else I want to do. So now it's just kind of like an escape from everything else.
You think it wasn't like that back then?
Nah, back
I-
then they were literally dragging your
Yeah,
ass.
well,
Nah,
back,
but
back
there-
then it was like you were avoiding it at all times unless you were literally like, you were proud to be a soldier.
It's like the Hunger Games where it's like you don't want to.
You think it was
You wouldn't
like
want to be next up, bro. Here they're like, all right, I ain't got nothing better to
See,
do.
that's
Let me
what-
go.
like, if everyone,
feel
no,
like
see,
it was still kinda
okay,
like
There was still
that.
people.
I
like
was
that.
still
Look,
people like
no,
that.
look,
like
I
you're
bet
acting,
there's
you're
there's
acting like it
definitely people
was-
that volunteered, but
See,
I'm pretty sure most people did not want to go to war.
I was
bro.
gonna say,
Well,
No,
what
no,
about
he's
the
talking
times when
about-
there wasn't war? Like back in like when in between World War One, World War Two, it was probably this. The military is probably the same way how it was now, where like there's people that just went in it because they were bums.
let me.
Well, that's kind of
Nah.
harsh. But
Let me debunk your
why
statement. Let
not?
me debunk your statement about people just wanting to do it like out of pride or like joy of like serving your country. Because if that was true and there was enough people, why would there be a draft? Why would they have to submit like a document or like this draft to like force people when need be, when they have like a country full of people that would be willing
I never
able
said
to
they had
do
a
it.
country full, but I said there's people.
The more the merrier.
There was 2 people that volunteered. No, that's the
That's
people
two-
that Zach is talking
That's
about.
2 more than 0.
See, that's
though.
what I'm saying.
That's 2
like,
more
if,
than 0.
If there was a
should
plentiful
be
amount
0.
of people in the country, there wouldn't a draft wouldn't be necessary. That's just like belittling your whole point, basically.
I don't think so, but
I think so.
I think that just doesn't really make sense.
I agree
Explain
with
why.
Leo. Now
Explain
it's
why.
like an
Why doesn't it
escape.
make sense?
So you're saying because they had a draft, that means no one volunteered to go.
I'm saying there was a very few amount of people that did it out of like the pride and like hope of serving their country and like seeing better days. There's very few people.
I don't know.
I mean, you just said it out loud. I mean, there was a draft for a reason.
But the draft is also
literally-
just like you're actually fighting so your country doesn't get overtaken by Nazis. It is kind of like people aren't, then you're coming if you don't want to. But if we get enough, then you won't have to.
And there wasn't enough, right?
Yeah, but doesn't mean there wasn't people who wanted to go.
That's not what he said. He just said
I
there was a draft.
didn't. Okay, I guess doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how that belittles my point at all. But
I thought Zach's point was that there was still people. I thought we were talking about how like there was still people back then who would go to the army just cause like they don't got nothing.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it got into the fact where I said everyone was cheering to get on that boat to go to Vietnam. But I guess that's what they were doing, or that's
Well.
what they weren't doing per you guys.
Oh, that's what the point was. bro.
Yeah, I
So
still you know
maybe
how you-
maybe I got lost. In
yeah, cause you said people like how people go there nowadays just because they have no other options. I think people were doing that back in the day too. That's not just an exclusive thing to today's age. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna still say you're wrong,
Okay.
just because I want you to be wrong.
I mean, I agree with Zach.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, that has been episode 8 of The Dorm. I was your host, signing you off. Be sure to like, subscribe, and run this shit the F up. And stay tuned for next week. We upload every Friday at noon. Had technical difficulties last week, but we'll get it right this week. Peace.
Bird
Bye.
Bye.
Bird up. Put a bird on there.